Hello and welcome to the installation video for the Q Forex Robot. You're minutes away from letting the Q Forex Robot trade your account. Once you've installed the Q Forex Robot onto your PC, you now need to set up MetaTrader 4 to allow the Q Forex Robot to communicate with the Q neural network. So open MetaTrader 4. You will see 4 charts in front of you. If you are new to Forex, please do not be intimidated when you open the software for the first time. It all looks complicated at first, but trust me, it is not. This video will explain in simple steps how you get your account up and running. First, let's close down these 4 charts on your screen. You close these by clicking on the X in the top right of each chart. The live prices for each currency pair is located in a window on your left hand side and it's called Market Watch. Now, first thing you do is just widen this screen so we get a clear reading of the bid and ask price. Now the Q neural network trades the Euro US dollar, so we have to open a Euro US dollar chart. We open a Euro US dollar chart by clicking on the Euro US dollar and dragging it onto the screen, like so. Now maximize it as normal. This is a live chart of the Euro US dollar, so welcome to Forex trading. Personally, I like a nice clean background, so I'm going to show you how to change the template so that you have your chart the same as mine. This is purely cosmetic and it's up to you how you like to view the chart. Right click on your chart and select Properties. I don't like the grid, so I choose not to have the grid by depressing the mark here. Then I click on Colors. I go to Color Scheme. I like black on white. Then I look at a bull candle. I like my bull candles to be green, and I like a bear candle to be red, and then I click on OK. Now this chart is a line chart and we want to change to a candle chart. Don't worry about the terminology I'm using for now, as you can learn what all this means in the future. We just want to get the Q trading, and we want to change this chart to a candle chart. Don't worry about this terminology for now, as you will learn what this means in the future if you so wish. For now we just want to get the Q trading. Change your chart to a candle chart by clicking on this button at the top of the menu. Then zoom in by clicking on the plus button beside it. And then I like to shift the chart across so it's showing in the middle. The last thing now is to show this chart in a 15-minute time frame, and you go down and click on M15. It is important that you make sure your chart is displaying the 15-minute time frame. You can double check by viewing the number in the top left hand side of the chart. Here it is saying Euro US dollar chart 15-minute time frame. Now you're viewing your chart the exact same as myself. So let's save this template for the future. Right click on the chart, click on Template, then click on Save Template, and then let's choose to call this template the Q and hit Save. In MetaTrader 4, a Forex Robot is called an Expert Advisor. We now have to attach the Q Expert Advisor to the chart, so follow these steps. The window on the left hand side of the chart is called the Navigator window and is simply a file directory. Click on the folder called Expert Advisors and you will see a file called the Q Forex Robot. Now click and drag the Q Forex Robot onto the Euro US dollar chart. When you add this file to the chart, there are 2 tabs, Common and Inputs. You do not have to change anything in the Commons tab, and on the Inputs tab I just want to draw your attention to one value called Leverage. This is where you can change the leverage of how the Q trades. You will notice that in the top right hand side of the chart the robot is showing. It's called Q Forex Robot. This means that the Q is now attached to the 15-minute chart. The X here means that it is not turned on. We now need to click on the Expert Advisors button, which is up in your toolbar. It's showing red at the moment, and we click on it and it turns to green. And we now get a smiling face over here on the right hand side of the chart. It now says that the Expert Advisor is now turned on. The Q Forex Robot should now start entering a trade, which is just done there. We have now, the Q has just decided that it is going short, which means it has sold and it expects this graph to head downwards. In the top left hand side you will see the leverage you have chosen. By default this is 3, and whether Trading Signal Labs have authorized you on our servers to communicate with the Q neural network. This should say authorized. If it says not authorized, then please send us a mail and we will sort out any issues. Now you can see your trading position at any time by looking at the terminal window. This is the bottom window and it's known as the terminal window, and there's all different tabs here. It can send you alerts and mailbox, etc., but there is a tab called Trade. If you click on Trade, you will see that this is the current trade you're in. This is the trade that was just executed by the Q Forex Robot. Also you will see a line on your screen which will show you your entry level for that trade. It will state whether the Q is in a long position or in a short position. So now the Q Forex Robot is running. You can turn the Q Forex Robot off anytime by simply clicking on the button Expert Advisor in the toolbar. The Expert Advisor button then turns red and we see an X in the top right hand side of the screen showing that it is turned off. Please note that if you switch off the Q Forex Robot, it is advisable to close out the existing trade. This is important as you will remain in this trade and ad infinitum as the robot is not communicating with the Q neural network. To close out the trade, right click on the trade in the terminal window and click on Close Order. Go up to your little window and click Close and you will see that this trade is now closed out. Now I'll show you how to change the leverage on the Q Forex Robot. Right click on the chart and select Expert Advisors and Properties. Then click on the Input tab, go to Leverage and change this number, say, to 6:1, and then click on OK. Now we need to turn the Expert Advisor on again, which we have done. It should now turn to Authorized in the next couple of seconds. We can see here that the leverage has changed to 6 and the authorized status saying Authorized. Also, it's important to mention that you need to leave your PC on and connect it to the internet at all times whilst the Q robot is running. If you turn off your PC and you're in a trade, then you will remain in this trade as the Q robot is not communicating with the Q neural network, which issues instructions. So if you're going to turn off your PC, then turn off the Q Forex Robot and close out the trade. Otherwise, always leave your PC running from Sunday evening to Friday evening. So that's it for the installation video. There will be lots of other questions you have, but at least now you know how to get up and running. So thanks for watching.